students, today we are going to understand the part 3 of Maharashtra before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. In the last two parts of the chapters, we have seen the condition of Maharashtra before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. We have seen that a village was called a Mauja, and the Watandars in a village were the Patils and the Kulkarnis. The work that Patil was to do was to bring the land under cultivation and solve disputes in the village. The Kulkarni's work was to collect revenue. A pargana consists of many villages. Many villages make a pargana. The Watandars in a pargana were Deshmukhs and Deshpandes. The Deshmukhs were the chief of the Patils and the Deshpandes were the chief of the Kulkarnis. The work that Patil did at the village level was similarly done by the Deshmukhs on the Pargana level. A kasbah was like a big village. It was also the headquarter of a Pargana. There was a market which was also called as Pet beside the kasbah. The Shete and Mahajan were the Watandars of the Pet. At that time, agriculture was the main occupation. Once in 1630, there was a great famine due to no rain in the state. People were not having food to eat. There was no water to drink. The animals were dying because there was no fodder. People were ready to sell themselves for a piece of bhakri, but nobody was ready to buy them. Society was greatly influenced by blind beliefs and rituals. They believed in superstitions. In such circumstances, the sons in Maharashtra endeavored to inspire the masses. People from all strata of society were part of the Sant tradition. Sant Namdev and Sant Jnaneshwar were the great sons of the Varkari movement. They awakened the sense of equality in men and women belonging to all castes through the medium of kirtans. The writings of Sant Namdev were included in the holy book of Sikhism. He worshipped the god Vithoba. Sant Namdev was a skilled organizer. Sant Jnaneshwar was Indian Marathi saint poet. He authored a book called Jnaneshwari. Jnaneshwari elucidates the meaning of Sanskrit, Bhagavad Gita. He showed the simple way of worship to the people. Now, in this part, we are going to understand about more other sons, such as Sant Eknath, Samarth Ramdas Swami, and Sant Tukaram. Sant Eknath was born in Pratishthan, now called as Paitan, in Maharashtra. He was a poet, saint, and mystic of Vaishnavism. Vaishnavism is the branch of Hinduism that reveres the deity Vishnu and his avatars. Eknath is best known for his translations of various Sanskrit texts into Marathi. He was a great sant of Bhakti movement in Maharashtra. Sant Eknath was from the Shashta caste of Brahman. Here you can see in this pyramid, this is the pyramid of Varna system, in which the people who belong to Brahmin caste are known as pure and high class people, and others as lower than each. Being a Brahmin, Eknath came into conflict with some of the more orthodox Brahmins in his hometown over his beliefs about caste and religion. Eknath believed that there is no distinction in God's eyes between Brahmin and outcast or between Hindu and Muslim. He strictly criticized these differences in his writings. Eknath was the only saint from Maharashtra to be a father and a family householder. He was renowned for resolving the conflicts between householder duties and the demands of religious devotion through faith in Krishna. Sant Eknath's compositions are many and diverse. His compositions include Abhanga, Gaulana, and Bharud. Here you can see one Abhanga, कली माझी देवते उघड दिसती फार. कली माझी देवते उघड दिसती फार, नारळ आणि शेंदूर यांचा भडीमार. लटिका भक्त लटिका देव, लटिके सर्व वाव, सात धन्याचे धपाटे, कायसाचा बडीवार. तेल रांधा मागती, मलिदावरती काजळ कुंकू, फजित खोर ऐसे देव तयाचे तोंडावर थुंकू. एका जनार्दनी सर्व भावे सोपा, पंढरीराव, तया सोडून कोण पुसे या देवांची माव. This is one Abhanga by Sant Eknath. And he wrote some Gavlanas and Bharuds. All were related to God and his appraisal. For the sake of uplifting of common people, he wrote simple stories, kirtans, or stories of goddesses, prayer to goddesses for fulfillment of desires, on the art of dance, etc. He wrote a book on Ramayana to give the people of what Ram Rajya or an ideal state is. Bhavarta Ramayana, you can see here in this picture. Bhavarta Ramayana, we can witness the sorry state of affairs of Maharashtra under the Islamic kings, the social, political, and economic downfall of the people at the time. Eknath Maharaj proved to the society via the medium of bhakti. One can be a regular householder as well as spiritually evolved. Eknath Maharaj's life showed the people that the worldly pursuits can also be spiritual pursuits. He raised the aspirations of people and instilled pride into them towards Bhagavad Dharma and to build strong characters. His Abhangas shows the warmth of devotion. He demonstrated through his own conduct that there is no need to renounce worldly matters for attaining the highest truth, that is Paramarth. He was a teacher of the people in the true sense of terms. He asked the Sanskrit scholars forcefully, संस्कृत वाणी देवे केली तरी प्राकृत काय चोरापासून झाली. He means to say that if Sanskrit language is created by God, then the Marathi language is created by thief or what? He heavily criticized those who hated other religions. Sant Tukaram was born in modern day Maharashtra, state of India. His complete name was Balhoba Ambiye, in a village named Dehu near Pune in Maharashtra. The scholars consider his family to belong to the Kunbi caste. Tukaram's family owned a retailing and money lending business as well as were engaged in agriculture and trade. His parents were devotees of Vithoba, an avatar of Hindu deity Vishnu, Vaishnavas. Both his parents died when Tukaram was a teenager. Sant Tukaram's first wife was Rakhmabai and they had a son named Santu. However, both his son and wife starved to death in the famine of 1630 to 32. The death and widespread poverty had a profound effect on Tukaram, who became contemplative, meditating on the hills of Sahyadri range, that is Western Ghats, and later he wrote, had discussions with my own self. Tukaram then married Jijabai, also known as Avli, who helped him to set up a small shop in his village. After some time, he became disillusioned with life, left his village, and disappeared into the nearby Bhamnath forest. There he stayed for 15 days without water and food. It was during this time that he understood the meaning of self realization. He reconstructed a temple that was in ruins and began to spend his days and nights performing bhajans and kirtans. He studied the devotional works of popular saints like Nyandev, Eknath, Namdev, etc., and eventually began to compose poems. His compositions are or abhangas are very pleasing and lucid, reaching the greatest poetic heights. Lucid meaning expressed clearly, easy to understand. His abhangas were easy to understand. His Gatha is one of the most well known Marathi poetry. It is a precious treasure of the Marathi language. He asked us to find God by showing love to the unhappy and said some lines जे का रंजले गांजले त्यांची म्हणे जो आपुले तोची साथू ओळखावा देव तेथेची जाणावा. This means that the man who befriends the distressed and aggrieved persons recognize him as a sage, know that he is a true image of God. With this viewpoint, he threw in the river Indrayani the documents of the loans that people had borrowed from him and freed many poor families from the bonds of the loan. Sant Tukaram's disciples and associates were of different castes and creeds. They include Nauji Mali, Governor Shet Vani, Santaji Jagnade, Shivba Kasar, Bhinabai Siurkar, and Marjipant Kulkarni. He criticized the hypocrisy and superstition in the society in very strong terms. He stressed that devotion, bhakti, should be coupled with morality. Morality means ethics, rules. His teachings can be summed up as जोडोनिया धन उत्तम व्यवहारे उदास विचारे वेच करी. Some dogmatic people opposed the social awakening that he had undertaken and sank his abhangas in the Indrayani. Sant Tukaram faced the opposition with noble courage. An important task completed by Gangaram Pant Mawal and Santaji Jagnade was writing down the abhangas of Sant Tukaram. The birth name of Samarth Ramdas Swami was Narayan Suryaji Thosar. He was born on Ram Navami in the year 1600 AD in Jamb village on the banks of Godavari river. He was a firm believer in God and stood by his principles. He felt sad because people got stuck in the unending cycle of life and death. He lost his father at the age of 7. At the age of 11, he attained enlightenment. Enlightenment means the process of gaining knowledge and understanding something or making somebody understand clearly. Lord Ram told him, go to the banks of the river Krishna and start a new sect. Once Narayan, that is Ramdas Swami, forcefully agreed to marry to satisfy his mother's wishes. He was 12 years of age, but as soon as he heard the word Saudhan, that means caution or beware, in the wedding vows, he became cautious and ran away. He went straight to Panchavati and prayed to Lord Ram. Then he went to Takli village near Nashik, where rivers Godavari and Nandini meet. Samartha Ramdas Swami would wake up before sunrise and exercise. His exercise used to consist of Surya Namaskar, a series of positions, each of which involved prayers to the sun. He used to stand in chest deep water in the river and chant Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Chanting used to continue until noon. In afternoon, he used to go to Lord Ram's temple in the forest and read spiritual books. In the evening, he used to attend lectures on spirituality and songs praising Lord Ram. At night, he listened to bhajans, devotional songs. He used to pray to Lord Ram before retiring. He followed this routine for 12 years. As a result of his devotional songs, Lord Ram appeared before him and asked him to start a new sect. Soon, people forgot his original name, Narayan, and started calling him Samartha Ramdas. Ramdas means loyal devotee of Lord Ram. In the year 1632 AD, he left the village Takli to start his spiritual journey. For next 12 years, he crisscrossed India and minutely observed condition of people. He realized that frequent floods, famines, and attacks by fanatics had destroyed social lives of people. Everyone was scared and depressed. Based on based on his experience, he wrote two books named Asmani Sultani and Parachakrani Rupan. In 1644 AD, Samartha Ramdas Swami chose Chafal for initiating his mission. Chafal is a village. He installed a statue of Lord Ram and started celebrating the festival of Ram Janmotsav. It is the birth of Lord Ram. He established temples of Hanuman in towns and villages to convey importance of exercise to youth and taught them to get together and fight the enemy. He highlighted warriors' role in society. Samartha Ramdas Swami established many study centers across the country. His teachings of patience and faith in the face of adversities helped people to deal with difficult conditions. He understood the importance of the role of women in a harmonious society. He encouraged women to participate in religious work and gave them positions of authority. He had 18 staunch disciples. He strongly reprimanded an old man who was against women participation by saying that everyone came from a woman's womb, and those who did not understand their importance were not worthy of being called a man. According to him, all human beings are equal. He was a true supporter of socialism and secular society. During this period, Rajya Shivaji, Raja Shivaji was in the process of establishing Hindi Swaraj. Samartha Ramdas Swami and Shivaji Maharaj met in a historical meeting at Shinganwadi near Chafal in 1649 AD. Samartha Ramdas Swami said that Maharashtra existed because of Shivaji Maharaj. Samartha Ramdas Swami, through his teachings and his impact on society, helped him in realizing his dream. He explained the importance of physical fitness to the people. While Samartha Ramdas was awakening the minds of people through all his literature, his chief objective was always Hindvi Swaraj, that is, self rule of India. The foreign rulers of the country at that time were attempting to destroy the prevalent Hindu religion and culture from the country. To counterattack that, Samartha Ramdas believed that the only way to stem the rot was to awaken strong feelings of patriotism, religiosity of one's own religion, and pride in one's mother tongue in each youth of the country. He set out on this mission and created turmoil in the country. Samartha Ramdas was the chief architect of strengthening the foundations of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Hindi Swaraj. in the country and establishing an ideal nation in Maharashtra. He said, Maratha Tituka Medvava, Maharashtra Dham Vadhvava. It means that the Marathi people should so unite and spread the Marathi religion. This message of Ramdas Swami is famous. He travelled far and wide to propagate his thoughts. He stated the importance of people's movement and organization and founded the Samartha Sampradaya. Chafal was the center of this Sampradaya. He gave practical education and lessons in good conduct through his work like Dasbodh. Dasbodh provides sagacious advice on both spiritual and diverse practical topics. Manache Shlok, a small book of meditation preaching to the humankind to behave in an ethical way and devote oneself in the love of God, and Karunashtaka. There was a deterioration of ethics and religion in the society. At such a time, the saints came forward to protect the society. They taught the true meaning of religion. They showed the path of devotion by living amongst people and sharing their joys and sorrows. The saints gave the message of equality to the people. They taught humanity. They preached that people should live together in harmony, unity, and love. Their work resulted in social awakening. They taught how to live in the face of foreign invasions, drought like situations, or any other natural calamities. Their teachings proved to be a big support for a people. Their work created self confidence among the people of Maharashtra. Some orthodox and dogmatic people opposed them, but the sons believed that facing these oppositions was a part of their duty. Sant Tukaram has explained the mark of the true Sant in these words. तुका म्हणे तोची संत, सोशी जगाचे आघात. Tuka says only that person is a true saint who withstands severe blows from the society. The sons explained clearly the complex dharma of the scholars, Shastris, and Pandits in the language of the people. They prayed to God using simple and everyday terms. They took the view that all are equal before God. They taught society to do away with pride arising out of caste and varna and see everyone as God's children. A characteristic of the sons was that they did not forget their duties on the path of devotion. They found God in their work. Sant Savata said, Kanda mula bhaji, avgi vithai maji. This statement refers to farm work but applies to work in all walks of life. The sons carried on with their duties even as they were engaged in devotion, teaching and composing verses. They developed the moral sensibilities of the society. Inspiration for independence during foreign rule. The political condition was that there was constant fight between the rulers. The social condition was that the villagers were distressed by Watandars. The cultural condition was that there was blind belief and superstitions among the people, and the sons tried to remove all these beliefs through path of devotion to God. The situation was horrible due to famine and all the other conditions before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. In that period, Maharashtra was under the control of Adil Shahi, Nizam Shahi, and other powers. It was not independent. Even so, some personalities and streams of thoughts were dreaming of freedom. Among them, Shahaji Maharaj, who is considered to be a visionary of Swaraj, was on the forefront. Now we will do the question and answers of this lesson. Question number 1, find out and write. The first one is, people from Africa who settled along the Konkan coastline were the Siddhi people. The author of Amrutanubhav was Sant Jnaneshwar. Sant Tukaram's place was Dehu in Pune. He composed Bharuds. Sant Eknath. He explained the importance of physical fitness. Ramdas Swami. Women sons, Sant Kanopatra, Sant Bahinabai Seurkar. Question number 2. Write about these personalities and their work in your own words. Sant Eknath. He was a great sant of Bhakti movement. He was a teacher of the people in the true sense of the terms. His compositions include Abhanga, Gavlana, Bharud, etc. He stated Bhagavad Dharma in a simple manner. Sant Tukaram. Sant Tukaram belonged to Dehu near Pune. His Gatha is a precious treasure of the Marathi language. He criticized the hypocrisy and superstition in the society in very strong terms. He stressed that devotion should be coupled with morality. Thank you, students. Now we will meet in our next session.